Action. Hi everyone, Keith Brown with New Way Church, and I'm just going to do a walkthrough here of our Facebook Live, our YouTube Live, our online worship live setup from the technology standpoint. I have a background in broadcasting and technology, so we have tweaked this to where it really works well for us. So maybe you see something that's going to help you connect some dots. That would be awesome. Or if you see something that I didn't talk about that you want to know, shoot me a message on Facebook, and I'll get an answer for you, okay? So here we go. I'm at the back right now where our tech team sits, well, part of the tech team. So I'm running ProPresenter off of a Mac laptop. That's one of many presentation softwares, but that's what I'm using. We also have it's pretty cool. This actually controls our sound system. I don't have it turned on right now, but yeah, there's no more board. Remember the boards you had to slide? We do it all through this now, which means you can be anywhere in the whole worship hall here and adjust audio. You don't have to sit at the board anymore. That's something we could talk about later. So the way we're sending the signal down here, this is an HDMI switch. So this runs from the laptop. I go from the laptop into this switch. This switch goes to our two TVs and our online feed and our back projector. So we actually are sending 4 signals out of this. So laptop into this box goes to 2 TVs, our projector, and our online feed. Now, you might have an instance where your sanctuary is big and there's a long run between your computer to your screens. This is what you want to get here. These are called Hdmi Extenders, and they are run over a Cat6 cable. So on this end, we plug in the HDMI from actually my switch there, and then instead of running an HDMI cable, we've run these Cat6 cables. And look, you can go up to 200 feet with this. A standard HDMI cable will only let you run 100 feet. And I've tried that in some churches before, and even that 100 is shaky if you have to use all of 100 and you're splitting the signal. These things work like a gem. So there's a box on this end, there's a box on the other end. All right, so that's what we got going on back here. I have somebody running sound and running the songs and announcements and stuff like that. All right, now to the next thing right here. So we're in a place where we don't have internet access, so this Verizon hotspot actually is strong enough with its LTE signal. A 3G is not going to work for you. An LTE signal is strong enough that we can live stream full HD quality every Sunday, okay? So just keep that in mind there. This is our lighting system. Even though we're online, we set the lights, we set the stage, just like it's in-person worship, all right? So that way, and it looks really nice on screen. So now we're gonna head up here. So you can see kind of as I walk, this is the room we're typically in. Before, my camera sat back there kind of as a second thought. But now because we are online, it is now front and center. This is where your camera should be. It shouldn't be off to the side like someone is eavesdropping in on your service. It should be so I can make direct contact with the camera. That's the connection we want, okay? So if you need to move your cameras and stuff, do it now. And here's the other thing, folks. When church starts up again, where we can actually meet together, this camera is still gonna be in the middle of the room, but just not as close. People are gonna have to adapt to it because we have made such a strong connection online. That's something I feel I don't wanna lose. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's look up here. So here's our camera setup. You can see the stage where we're at. I'm about 8 to 10 feet away, right in the center, right where I want to be. So I have my camera, and then here's this computer. This laptop is the one that runs the online. I'm using OBS. That's Open Broadcast Software. It's free. It's a little learning curve, but it does a great job, and it's free. So this box here is the Miracle Worker. So what I can do with this box, I can plug my camera into it and my computer from in the back, my ProPresenter computer. And then the output of that box, of this box, goes into this mini recorder box. This is a crucial piece because if you have a PC, you need to look at your computer closely. Will it accept an HDMI signal coming in? If it doesn't, you need this box. This one is by Blackmagic. It's called Ultra Studio. And it comes in different formats. I have a Thunderbolt. That's what this computer needs. You might need a USB. You might need an HDMI. So make sure you get the right one. But without that box, I couldn't do anything. So we have our computer, our camera into here. This goes into this small converter box. And then that feeds in, and that's how I get my signal into OBS. Now, OBS is the software that pushes it out to Facebook Live. Okay? So here's the picture-in-picture thing. So what I found is I have put like a picture-in-picture box with all of our song lyrics, all of my message notes, prayers, our announcements loops. So right now, this is what is being seen if you were watching online. So it's a full picture, beautiful, clear quality of the computer from the back. All right. So look around the other side of the table. You see that box right here. This is the other end of that USB extender box. So there's the Cat6. We plug it in, and then the HDMI comes over into this box. So I hope I'm not confusing you. So this box has my Pro Presenter plugged into it and my camera plugged into it. The output of this box is going into my mini recorder, which goes into the computer. Okay. So right now, I can choose what I want to see through this little box. Right now, I've seen my computer. Now watch this. If I hit this source button, now I see our camera live. So there it is. Now, this has a mode on it called picture-in-picture. So when I hit this button, now it has the slides for my Pro Presenter right there. That's really cool. Now I'm going to go stand up here, and my cameraman's going to stand back here so you can see what it looks like on screen. And this is something you have to get used to. So I have a little piece of paper on the ground here that this is where I'm to stand. And that picture-in-picture looks really good right next to me. Sometimes that camera's even zoomed in a little closer. They don't need to see your feet. Like, get from waist up. That's about what I do with it, okay? And then when I'm not up here, I simply step out of the way like this. I go off the camera, and now my worship leader and the lyrics are on the screen. All done with one camera. And then I just step back in when it's time to lead prayer or offering or my message, things like that, okay? On this camera, you might have an auxiliary mic input like this one does. And that is where you would plug in your audio feed from your soundboard. Now, we have chosen not to do that. Here's why. Number one, I'm close enough. This mic on this camera is really nice, so it actually picks me up with no problem. We still use our sound system, so it's a nice full sound. But even more so, when our band plays, our drummer and our worship leader, it really captures that sound really nice, much better than going through the soundboard. So we like that sound better. But if you have this and you have your soundboard tweaked, go ahead and plug it in there. So that's something to keep in mind. That's pretty much it. So this is a HDMI. It's actually called multi-viewer with a picture-in-picture. This is done by Blackmagic Design Studio. It's called a mini recorder, but that's really important. And so we have 2 laptops and a camera. Now, on Sunday mornings, I only have 5 people in here running all this. It's really, once it's set up, it's good to go. 1 person sitting here, 1 person back at the soundboard, then myself, my worship leader, and my drummer, and that's it, those 5 people. So I hope this helped maybe kind of connect some dots on how I have set things up here. Those are the pieces you need to make it to go. Price-wise, this box here was like $92. Boy, this one, I can't remember. I'm thinking it was over 100 though. So just to kind of get some ideas in there. But I hope I hope this helps. Again, if you have any questions, catch me on Facebook, send me a message, and we'll get an answer for you. Thanks, and happy streaming.